Hello, everyone. Greetings from a very hot and sweaty England. As you can tell, as it gets hotter, I gradually turn into Andrew WK. Tonight, we are playing Gamma World, which has a green cover, which is why that looks so weird. This is the 7th edition of Gamma World, but most people seem to call it 4th edition Gamma World because it was based on the 4th edition D&D rules. But a very stripped down version thereof that was a lot more playable and a lot more flexible in a lot of ways than the actual 4th edition. So it's a stripped down, fairly simple system. Leveling up is the main determiner of everything for your character and makes all your values go up. Yeah, it gives you that nice little hit of dopamine and everything. Characters are primarily determined by two things mixed together. So you might be a robot octopus, or an undead android, or a dimensional telekinetic cockroach, or God knows what. So yeah, we have some randomly determined characters, which you then have to try and pry bar into an adventure somehow. That makes some sort of vague sense. But the madness and cheese is definitely part of the fun with Gamma World, which makes it a nice tonic and alternative to the more grim post-apocalyptic stuff. There were 2 supplements, which I have. Famine in Fargo and Legion of Gold. Didn't expand too much on the initial basic rules, mostly just monsters and weirdness and so on. It's slightly different to the older editions of Gamma World. What destroyed the world in this was an experiment at the Large Hadron Collider that basically crashed a whole bunch of universes and apocalypses all together in one big clusterfuck. And that's why everything is so weird. Quantum, yeah, just sprinkle the word quantum on everything and it's all fine. Right, let's bring in the players.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. So, has everyone checked over their characters?
Yes.
Yep.
Is there anything about your characters or the rules that you don't understand?
I think I'll pick it up and play.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, you need
some of the
clarification on.
Some of the rules look pretty similar. I mean, it looks like 4th edition with the bloodied and everything.
I'm sure it'll come back to me.
Yeah. Mostly it's just a basic D20 game. So you roll D20, which will be done on the honor system. So you can roll your own dice. Just don't be naughty. You add your modifiers to that, and you beat a target number. Damage dice is damage dice. Bloodied is when you're at half or below on your hit points. That sometimes has an effect, and I think otherwise gives you a -2 penalty to rolls. And you have various powers and capabilities, which are typically like at will, once per encounter, that sort of thing. These are all first level characters, so it's not going to be anything too complicated there. So like 4th edition D&D, this tended to basically be a string of fights because it was very much a kind of tactical tabletop war game in a lot of ways. But we're not going to be playing it that way. So hopefully it'll work. But because we're doing theatre of the mind, some of the powers and things that you've got might say they like slide the enemy around or move them around. We'll just create a free floating pool of points from that instead to represent, jockeying for position and stuff. So you can use that to add to your to hit or damage or that kind of thing. Right. Before I intro, I know you've had scant moments to look over your character sheets and everything, but why don't you tell us who you're playing and what they are? Starting with Chokma, and moving from left to right, then down and across.
I am Chokma, a demon from some time in the future. Just kind of hanging around until, until hell opens up again, and just chilling, really.
Brother of Lig.
Okay. So, Feg.
What was I saying again?
I am Stinkin' Fag, and I am, was a Bigfoot I don't remember the clan. I suppose it was a Snow clan or a Forest clan, somewhere else. But ever since the curse of 2110, I am the last survivor of my clan. And unfortunately, as you can see, I am undead. And a necromancer at once. I've accepted.
Yes. So you probably already have a skeleton manservant following you around. So that'll be a nice in for any Diablo players out there. All right. Chill.
I am Chill Winston. I imagine that I was a some kind of MK Ultra level government project to make a cryokinetic spy. You want to imagine him looking like Desolation Jones? Go on ahead. That's
Cool.
what
Good reference. We like Desolation Jones in this house. All right. And Felson.
I can't breathe in this thing. I am Felson Fard. I am Southern Coalition super soldier, and I am not a mutant. I am pure strain.
Human all the way. And Hardlight Harry.
Greetings, programs. I think something went wrong with my hologrammatic matrix. Apparently, I've been equipped with weaponry designed more for the doctor's particular sexual fetishes instead of actual combat. For example, I have this really strong iron grip glove. I can only imagine what I used to use this thing for, but it does seem to secrete lubricant, so I'll let your imagination try to figure that one out. But other than that, yes, I appear to be some sort of a research assistant, and oh my god, what? We're not going to ask what my pronouns are. I mean, Harry is kind of a gender-neutral name, isn't it? Anyway, being made of
Pronouns
hard
are machine. You're welcome.
Yes, thanks for your obtuseness. Anyway, yes, I'm a research assistant, so expect me to be very interested in the various flora, fauna, and sexual mating habits of anything that we encounter. Oh, why did I say that? Damn it! That fucking program is intruding on me again.
All right. Okay.
We get a hologram, and all it's programmed with are 200 years of Pokemon pornography.
All right. It is a typical day in the post-Oops world, so much as any day in a post-Oops world can be called typical. You've all been traveling the land in various directions and just happen to have washed up on this particular shore. A small village, little more than a sort of roadside inn, I guess would be the technical term, and a few other sort of small crofts and holdings at a crossroads where some roads used to exist in at least one of the dimensions that collided together. So it's pure coinkydink that you've all shown up here, but then is anything ever truly a coincidence? perhaps the world is being observed by some strange entity that is twisting the quantum probabilities to bring you together. Regardless, the only place that is available for you to stay, and you're going to have to stay because night is drawing in, is the inn, or roadhouse, or whatever you want to call it. It's something for travelers anyway. The Midget's Armpit.
Is it an actual armpit?
It's not an actual armpit. It seems to be like a fairly sizable tugboat or something that has been turned upside down, and then walls have been built underneath it.
Interesting.
There is a midget hanging from a pole outside.
Ah,
Is it a
exactly
living
where they
midget?
should be.
Is it a living midget?
Well, he's not moving. You're not sure.
Well, I suppose I can add one more slave to my growing army.
Suppose you can test. If he wakes up when you do it, then I guess he already was dead. No harm, no foul.
I'm going to need to ask the midget something.
Okay, so you stroll up underneath the midget. It's hanging upside down from his feet from the pole that sticks out the side of the inn. And as you get closer, you can hear faint snoring.
I'm
Okay,
just
and
curious
as
if
I-
he pees in that position
I
too.
will poke the midget until he wakes up.
Yeah, try the veal! Try the veal! Try the veal!
Since you're here, are the gates open?
Yes, we are open from sunrise until sunset for travelers. Try the veal and the ale.
No, the gates to hell where you
protest.
came from.
I protest. I protest. You keep telling us to try the veal and the ale. You're being insensitive to beings who don't actually ingest anything. How am I supposed to
And-
try it?
But it's my job to advertise.
You came from hell, though.
No. I came from the mushroom
You're a
village.
midget.
Yes, I am diminutive in stature. We prefer the term little person.
I'm hungry.
Well, avail yourself of the food and drink within.
I suppose you should try the veal then.
You should.
Better be some good veal midget.
I'm gonna get me some veal.
By all means, head within, and be sure to let the innkeep know that it was my sterling efforts as an advertising beacon that have brought you within.
Fine, whatever. And he goes in.
Okay, well, being a gigantic Sasquatch, you have to kind of bend down to get inside. You're probably wearing some elaborate necromantic headdress as well.
Yeah. It honestly probably looks similar to your hat, just all weathered and whatnot.
The roof is low, even for normal humans, so you're practically having to crawl around in here. There's an odd assortment of tables that seem to have been recovered from here, there, and everywhere. Mixture of stools and chairs and old barrels for people to sit on. There's red straw strewn across the floor. There are a few of the locals who seem to be sort of grubby peasant mutants of various varieties. And the innkeep is a big, sweaty, three-armed man with a gigantic ear on the front of his forehead.
My good man.
the
Perhaps there is
innkeeper.
something you can feed us. Veal, perhaps.
Your imp, he said by veal.
Yes, do come in, sit. Do you have anything to trade for food and drink?
There he goes again with the food and the drink.
Great.
What was that? You'll have to
So-
speak up. I'm a little deaf.
So inconsiderate.
We could pay with services.
Really, you
Tell me,
organics are so disgusting, stuffing protein into your faces and gnawing on it with your hard molars and things. Makes my stomach churn if I had one.
Look, we're not going to start an extended conversation about your luminance privilege, okay?
Soft,
things you
wobbly
do-
teeth would be far worse. Says
I'm gonna.
Things you do with your genitals.
I'll whisper, or I'll speak clearly into the man's forehead. Now tell me, do you have a refrigeration system here? That ale you're serving, it's all warm, right?
Of course, the
What?
warmest.
Now, what if I told you I could make cold ale for you?
Cold ale?
Yes. All that I ask is me and my friends get to drink and eat for free.
How long will it stay cold?
Well, how about I make it cold for anyone who wants a pint?
Can you freeze other things like meat?
Oh, that depends on the GM's ruling. Ice Grasp says I do cold damage slowed until the end of the next turn. Very combat oriented.
Yeah, I think you can basically blast cold at will. So yeah.
All right.
Very
Let's
well.
fuck Will.
I will trade food and drink for you and your companions here in exchange for you helping me freeze some of the meat and cool some of the drink in the basement.
No problem. Pleasure to be of service.
Please come with me. He
Oh, fuck.
opens up a big trapdoor and steps down into the darkness.
Could be a trap. I wouldn't go.
Nah.
It is a trapdoor.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about that.
Can I have a zombie that I could send through first?
Yeah, you've got a skeleton or a zombie
Okay.
as your servant.
I push
I
him
think
down.
you're basically allowed one at a time.
Yeah, that's what it says. But I push the zombie down into the trapdoor opening.
Okay. Well, the zombie shuffles forward and stops and looks at Winston with its one remaining eye. I'll go first. And then it stumbles down the steps.
Yeah, because having an undead down there won't contaminate the food any worse than it being unrefrigerated, of course.
You hear the innkeep's voice from below. You know, it's strange. You look very different in the dim light down here.
No. That's a friend of a friend.
Ah.
I'll shuffle past him and I'll gently redirect the zombie and give him a pat on the shoulder and push him towards the stairs.
Brains?
Brains. I'm going to point up and say brains.
Oh, brains. He shuffles off up the stairs. Well, he reaches the bottom of the stairs and then
Fard is just standing.
looks at them.
Fard is just standing here doing his best Empire Strikes Back era Boba Fett, watching this Chinese fire drill of people going downstairs thinking we're gonna die.
A racist Chinese fire drill.
Meanwhile,
the zombie stares at the steps as if he was a Dalek, and then tries to walk forward, and then just sort of falls forward onto the stairs, and gradually bumps and shuffles his way up.
I'm probably annoying somebody by trying to take samples of their veal and reconstitute it and see if I can't grow it into a whole new cow.
So down here, there's some joints of meat hanging up, like halves of cattle. There's loads of barrels of booze. Can Winston please make the first roll of the game by making a perception roll?
All right. Perception is a skill. And Oh, 4 on the die. That will be a 7.
Okay. Somehow, while you're freezing the joints of meat and chilling the various barrels, you fail to notice that the veal calves are all wearing ball gags and are looking up at you with their big cow eyes and trying to get your attention, but you're oblivious.
Yep. Just freezing the meat.
Yeah, probably all that noise from the freeze rays, like
Yeah.
and then all the mist. It's perfectly understandable. Okay, the innkeep thanks you profusely and shakes your hand with all three of his, and then pours big steins of foaming cool ale for everybody, and some veal steaks and some slightly glowing blue vegetables of some kind that have been boiled within an inch of their life.
All right. I'm gonna taste it.
The veal is surprisingly delicious.
You know what? That's not half bad.
The glowing blue vegetables, not so sure about.
Does the veal satisfy my insane munchies? Or am I going to need a second helping?
I think as a demon of stale bong water, you probably have perpetual munchies. So while you're eating, it does. But the moment you stop, they come back.
I'm just busy running experiments on mine.
Well,
Meanwhile,
it's not anything, so I'm going to ask him for more.
Sinkenfag is trying to feed his zombie the veal. I'm sorry, there's no brains here. I mean, he could go eat one of the patrons, but I don't know, man. I mean, just try it.
Meat good, and then chomps on the veal, and it gnashes it into little bits, which then fall through his body and ping around on his ribs like a Pachenko machine, and occasionally a bit of meat falls back out onto the table or the floor, and he picks it up and eats it again.
Bard is just like eyeballing all of this. Like if he stares hard enough, he'll start to see the radiation coming off of it.
What, Bard? You don't want to eat?
I maintain a trim figure.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to get too fat for your armor because it's like power armor and it doesn't stretch. So, yeah, inconvenient.
Right. Although I'm told that there are these armor stretchers that exist.
I think it only works on a breastplate.
Get the breastplate stretcher.
I once knew a Bigfoot woman who had that breastplate. But I mean, it didn't work out, so I killed her.
Out of purely morbid curiosity, I have to know, does your specific phenotype of aberration prefer women with profound chests, or do you in fact judge the value of a woman by the size of her podiatry?
That is an interesting question. And the answer is, and he goes into a long ramble about the history of Bigfoot, sexual revolution, and
Harry is taking notes.
Welcome to your TED Talk on big feet and the size of feet.
This is fascinating. Look, it's a cultural study.
I shouldn't have asked. I should have known better.
Your lecture is interrupted as the door swings open and a small group of grubby-looking peasants in robes with paper masks over their faces come shuffling in. They have a glowing yellow exclamation mark over their head. No, not really.
I mean, I have to ask, are they like paper bag masks, or are they like paper plates that have been rubber banded to their heads, or is it a?
Yeah, more like the paper plate rubber band
Oh
masks.
God!
Little drawings on them, or
Computer printouts of various images, which have then been glued to the plates to form the mask.
Well, I'll approach the peasants.
Okay, they most of them back away a little bit nervously. One of them looks up at you. He has a paper mask of a dog face.
They are quietly repulsed by the smell of patchouli.
I'll say to him, "Hey, you guys, you know where I can maybe score some weed?"
You are a demon, so he kind of looks at you like, well, what kind of weed? There are many weeds outside in the scrub.
Well, the kind that gets you high.
You're really quiet there, Simon.
I'll move nearer the microphone then.
Do that.
Yeah, the thing that gets you high.
Not with us, no, but our village has fields where we grow all manner of crops. Perhaps you could find your weed there.
You guys have fields of weed?
We have fields.
Guys, we're going to their village.
don't get too excited there. He's talking about the weeds that you smoke that makes you happy.
Chokma, I think we're going to have to come to this eventual conclusion that you have a drug problem.
I think he might be a drug problem, but
I'm sure if we asked him, he wouldn't describe it as a problem.
Well, it's a problem if you can't get it, isn't it?
What's your problem?
Well, sir, horned one. We are traveling in search of sellswords, warriors who might help our village, and in exchange, I'm sure we could find some of this weed of which you speak.
Oh, then you don't want me. I'm just a scientist with an incredible glove for jerking people off. Oh, sorry. Why did I say that?
I'd rather not sell you my sword. I kind of need that.
Well, hire temporarily. You see, we have a bit of a problem.
And what is the intended rate of your problem? It's not your women, is it?
And no.
Good.
We have been accosted for some time by a most disagreeable gang of porcine wanderers.
Oh, so you wish to be agreeably accosted then?
We want them to be accosted so that they don't come back.
Oh,
perhaps.
Very, very good. Let's go accost people. I like that.
We thought we could just pay them off repeatedly to have them leave us alone. But more recently, they killed one of our number, and now they're gathering in numbers. I fear they mean to burn our village down or do other unspeakable things to us. We are a simple, humble farming folk.
Come along, gents. Let's go and fix this person's problem. After all, we can't have this kind of thing going on. It's so uncivilized.
Well,
besides, they're destroying specimens.
Well,
they can pay us off too.
I'm still interested in what form that pay takes, but I assume any bacon we choose to keep is our business.
Yes, I suppose.
Excellent.
So-
Winston, you're going to be freeze drying a lot of meat in the near future, I think.
So you'll help us simply for weed and bacon?
Well, Chakma wishes weed, and I'll help myself to whatever I like. I'm interested to know, what is your standing offer? What is the price you are offering for this aid? Or are we negotiating for it?
Well, we do
Hey,
not
they
have
said-
much, but
They
we
said
can.
bacon as well.
You take Corian pieces.
Don't push it.
Do we take what?
Corian pieces.
Um,
Oh, I forget. That
Hey.
may be another universe.
it does get confusing. Barter, really. Most of the villages out here use barter in the Severed River Delta.
Well, I'm sure if they produce enough bacon, we'll be able to barter those trade goods for our own ends. So I suppose weed and bacon would be the going commodity.
Here we go. All you fleshies have to eat things. So revolting.
You are a machine?
Yes, unfortunately, I'm a photonic hardlight construct stuck in a world full of people who have to eat each other and other things to survive. It's so sickening.
We do have a small amount of power cells. We could provide one of the power cells to you.
Absolutely.
How do machines get stoned?
Fridge magnets.
You plug them in.
Suppose we could bang on the power pack, see what happens.
Or can you make a power pack out of a? Can you make a bong out of a power pack?
Probably. Can make a bong out of just about everything.
We're not making bombs out of it. I'm using them for power. You have your food, I have mine.
I think once they're expended, they can certainly be made into bongs with the bong expert.
I'm gonna roll science. Can you make a bong out of one of those power packs?
No,
Okay.
you could make a bong out of anything.
Make a science roll.
That will be a 11.
Clearly, the most important science role ever made.
I mean,
Roll to
there
see if I can make one.
you can make a science roll as well. Yes. So, I mean, power cells. They're containers. So technically, yeah, you can.
I got a 19.
Okay, you can definitely make a bong out of a power cell. Whether it's a good idea to breathe, narcotic
Power
smoke
bong.
Well,
through a radioactive quantum cell, that's another question. Yeah,
Well,
it might cause random mutations, but yeah.
Well, I mean, arguably with a 19, he might actually know how to construct a powered bong using a power cell. It's a battery powered bong.
Soviet Russia bong smokes you.
The amazing thing about your hardcore drug users is the fact that they may have 2 or 3 brain cells left, but if you give them some dope, they will make a bong out of anything. I mean, you could give them a corn cob, a knife, and a couple of straws, and they'll be smoking that shit like you wouldn't believe.
We never had a problem with drug indulgences in the olden days, only the fact that they couldn't have replicable results. If we could stone the populace and make them serval and make them work regularly, we would have had them stoned forever.
You're clearly a fascist.
So, are we agreed then? You will travel with us to our village and defend us from the Porky Horde?
We will certainly take a look.
I have this
think
sneaking
about it.
suspicion that you organics will want to eat the Porky Horde afterward, too.
Well,
Actually, I don't eat meat myself. My zombie friend over there does, but unlike my living Sasquatches, they eat fruit and vegetables, nuts and seeds. But Yes. I'm
Not
eating undead Sasquatch.
I
Oh,
believe
man,
I believe the technical term for unpleasant porcine humanoids is jerky.
There's gonna be food there. Let's go.
It is too late in the day. We must leave in the morning, and myself and my compatriots cannot afford to stay within the inn. We will camp outside, but we are overjoyed that you have agreed to help us. We should shake to make the deal official.
This is where you find out that Sinking Fang has really small hands.
I do a strength roll to see if I can pick him up and shake him.
What is your strength?
Good question. What is my strength? 10.
So you're really a bit more of an imp.
You're a newly armed demon.
Can I pick him up and take him? Because I mean, if Chokman wants me to do this, I'll do it because I have a 15 strength.
I mean, average strength. You can.
Maybe I'm like. I mean, I could be a huge demon. I'm just really stoned and like it's
lethargic. Yeah, he's surprisingly heavy, but you can sort of shake him in place.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll just shake him.
Okay.
I'm going to note this right now. I have a 9 strength, but I have machine grip that immobilizes targets and an armored glove that does a D8 damage. So, yeah, I was right about how I stop people.
Yeah, you have crushing strength.
No, I don't think that's what I'm crushing. I crush your balls.
Right. So yes, the huddle of villagers heads outside to make camp, leaving you in the inn, and the innkeeper is happy for you to sleep in his common room upstairs for what you've already given him.
You people and your tiredness, you sleep. I guess I'll just sit here and calculate things.
Isn't that a battery? Don't you have to power down at all, Harry?
Actually, I don't know. I just don't need to eat, drink, or breathe, so I don't know if I actually have to sleep or power down or not. So,
you probably have to run diagnostics and defrag your hard drive.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Well, just look at the wall, because I can't sleep if you're going to stand there and stare at me, and that'll make us all very unpleasant.
Throw a blanket for him.
Do demons sleep, or do they like?
No, see, that's brilliant. And I will proceed to pick up a blanket and throw it over Harry and be like, "Excellent! Now it's him."
I don't know. You're asking complicated complicated questions about a game with a woman with an octopus for a head on the cover.
Well, I mean, assuming demons don't sleep, can I go and drink the bar dry instead?
Yes.
You don't have the money for that.
We don't
have any money at all.
Oh.
Mind you, you're a cannabis demon, not an alcohol demon, so you probably knock yourself out in fairly short order.
Although he might know how to ferment stale bong water into alcohol.
Absinthe makes the heart grow fonder.
All of the alcohol into stale bong water, because that seems like
that would yeah, probably.
Stale bong water, then it seems like an ability I would have.
Yeah, we can be quite hand wavy with that kind of stuff.
This is like every conversation I've had in college.
Anyone watching this stream in the future as educational, this is Bong Sciences 101.
Kind of scary. I'm actually the smartest person in the party.
Is anyone getting up to anything other than getting drunk or staring at the wall and calculating pi overnight?
Nope, just gonna hit the hay.
I mean,
are there any prostitutes in the inn, or do they get offended by my appearance?
They're offended by your appearance, but they're also smart enough not to give you any shit about it.
Okay.
So I drink the beer and I piss out stale bong water. Into the beer barrel.
Fard is the kind of tight ass that will take the time to like do maintenance on his equipment to make sure that it stays in tip top.
Probably blindfolded and with a stopwatch.
Right. Hanging upside down off of a rafter.
I was
Right.
wondering if Sasquatches or Yetis are nocturnal in this world.
Well, you're undead, which complicates matters.
Yeah.
You probably just go into a dormant state for a while your zombie sadly and mournfully stares out of the window with his hand scratching on the glass, going, brains?
Although we now know what Feg's pickup line is. He walks up to the women of negotiable virtue and is like, hey, baby, I'm nocturnal.
Hey, baby, I'm nocturnal. They're like, I don't even know what the hell you said, but okay.
Want to get crepuscular? Right. The morning rolls around. A cockerel screams blue murder outside, waking you all up almost the instant the sun is up. And the innkeep begins his rounds, tidying up and making loud noises that suggest he probably wants you to leave if you're not trading for another day.
And I guess we leave.
Should probably get out of here before he opens up the new keg.
Yeah. All right.
We need to hook up with our peasant guides who will take us to their village.
Yes, they're already waiting outside. They've got baskets on their backs, which they seem to be carrying with ease. Yeah, stoic people as they are, clearly. They're all masked and wearing their muddy robes, ready for the off.
Well, did everybody have a good sleep?
As good as I can get.
Sleepy people.
I
all
just went into a comatose state, and then I woke up by having my heart attack happen.
People in your sleep and your food. And so gross.
Warrior friends, hirelings, if we travel quickly, we can get there by tonight.
Oh man, that sounds like effort.
Is there a cart we can put him in? So he doesn't have to...
Do you have anything to trade with the innkeep for a wheelbarrow?
Well, I freezed all this meat.
We'll trade you my fist. No,
Your fist of fun.
my fist of fun.
No?
No, Chalk, looks like you're going to have to be doing the walking.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Can't you teleport?
I can teleport other people. I can't remember if I can teleport myself.
Teleport, but only other people. That's kind of...
I can teleport within 5 feet.
Blackfire port at will. You hurl black flames and teleport away.
It's only 15 feet, though.
You teleport. Yeah, so he just needs to do that every 15 feet, traveling without moving.
It's at will.
Just
So
leaving burning black flames everywhere behind.
You probably would.
There you go. Yeah, if you really want to, you can bamf everywhere.
I could get there in probably seconds doing that if I'm just pointing in one direction.
Well, it's 15 feet a turn, whereas most people's movement is 6, which is 30 feet a turn. So you're actually half as fast as everyone.
God damn it! Well,
But it's still faster than standing still. So
yeah, we'll get there at 15 feet a turn then. Can I teleport my bedroll with me?
yes, anything you're carrying with you.
Oh, I mean, if I'm lying on it.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just going to get my bedroll out then.
Lay down.
Teleport
Bam.
myself with flames flying up in the air.
Rather than getting dressed, he can just teleport into his clothes.
We used to put people like this against the wall. Let's get going.
Are we still inside the inn?
No, you're outside because you met up with the villagers.
Oh, okay, yeah, because the inn would be on fire.
Well, yes. And that would be bad.
I mean, although that is a murder hobo tradition to burn the inn on your way out.
Yeah, fuck it, I'm going to burn the inn on my way out.
God damn it.
Really? Really?
No, I would not.
Oh,
Jesus.
you're the one who gave me a teleport with fire.
It was entirely random, and then you chose that character. Well, as it turns out, yeah, you start the fire, but then he puts it out by tipping the stale bong water piss barrel onto it.
Well, look, we'll give you a chocolate treat if you behave yourself.
Scooby Snack? Okay, it's getting close to midday, and the morning dew has burned off, and the sun is beating down, making everything very sweaty. There are peculiar plants everywhere, and little rivulets crisscross the landscape, turning some of it into swamp. But the villagers guide you along the remnants of an old asphalt road that picks its way across the landscape, broken up into little islands.
You people are excreting again, aren't you?
Don't you excrete data?
I don't sweat.
Harold, I'm sorry to inform you, but not only do we sweat, but at all times,
Did you call
even
me
when
Harold?
you can't see it, everywhere you are, we are both flaking skin and leaving hair.
I was
all over
trying
you.
not to think about it. Ugh.
Can
You're
everyone make a perception roll, please? Tell me what you
Okay.
get.
D20?
Yeah, D20 plus perception.
Where's my perception?
Roll. I didn't see
I
shit.
understand it is an encounter power, but I want to be clear. Is this a opportunity which I should be using optical neuro boost for, or is that for like in combat?
Well, because it's an encounter power, you really want to save those for when you really need them. So,
Right. It's been a while since I did 4. That's what I wanted to check.
yeah.
I got a 15.
I got a 6.
An 8.
A 20.
No, it looks like Jill found it.
14.
And what did Fed get again, sorry?
I got a 14.
15.
Okay.
Oh.
And Chokma is
I
asleep.
got 6. I'm too busy teleporting around. I'm not going in a straight line teleporting. I'm
Comfiest spot to comfiest spot.
Yeah.
Look, Kevin Smith is confused. This is usual.
Okay, so Winston, it's your turn on point pretty much, and up ahead where the road cuts through a couple of like sidings or quite steep hills either side, someone has strung some barbed wire across and then rather amateurishly tried to disguise a bus under a heap of dead brambles.
Yeah.
But you see light glinting off glass, maybe, in the brambles.
I'll look to the head peasant here.
This wasn't here when we left.
Oh. There's something out there. I point to the rest of them. Anyone have binoculars? Anything like that?
Does anyone have binoculars?
I do not. If this was like 4th edition with the Adventurers Pack, then yeah, I think I would.
But you don't, so.
Mm-hmm.
I think you all have the standard pack, which is bedroll, canteen, flint and steel, 10 days of rations, 100 feet of rope. So
What I've got.
Yeah.
Why I have
Right.
rations, I don't know, but I guess so I can throw
trading.
them at people. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could feed them to Chokma.
Or to the birds, the radioactive birds.
Is that a bus within 50 feet of us?
No, you've probably seen it before that.
So you're
Probably
saying
more like-
it's 10 days of pet food.
Iguana
You
dish.
enjoy making people eat the most disgusting human foods that you've been able to find. So you got lutefisk, marmite.
Yeah.
What's that Filipino street
Balut.
food? Yeah, balut. Yeah, balut on you.
You just
Probably
put them all-
some
you just-
probably
you
some of
just
that shark from Greenland.
You just spread it all on one sandwich.
What is it? Or the maggot cheese they have.
Oh yeah, curcumin or whatever.
Here, organic, eat this.
Karsu something or other. Yeah.
I heard you like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and trace elements. Here they are. Eat them.
That's why we don't torture people, because if they don't tell us what we want to know, we'll just let the hologram feed them while they're in our country.
I mean, I'm a demon of stale bong water. I'll totally eat that shit.
Regret is for future Chokma.
You know, at one time I was a respected scientist and a specialist and everything, and now oh baby, I really like that. Oh, never mind. Sorry.
glitch.
Yep.
Now you're a terrible food artist.
Well, I figure Harry's program probably got a little bit infected with some porn malware. So
Look, lube is not a sauce. You can't put it on everything.
says the last person who licked it off my hand.
You know what? That aside, if we get close enough, I can teleport everyone up to there so we can all kind of get the drop on them. But I can't do it very often. Not as much as...
Well, we don't
some
even
of the
know it's a them. It could just be a prepared construction, like a trap.
Well, some of the thorns part, and from the gap that's opened up, you see something wiggle through and then start lolloping towards you.
Oh, a native approaches.
I will level my blaster pistol, and I'll wait till I get a better look at it.
Okay, it stops moving briefly when you do that and seems to unsling some kind of firearm from its back. And then
I shall move forward and
hops
immobilize
skips.
it.
You
I
want to
send my
immobilize it.
zombie forward.
Okay, sounds like you're going to try and attack it. So, can we have initiative rolls from everyone,
Yes.
please?
Oh, man, this attack seems pretty unprovoked.
Fuck you, dice. Fuck you.
It's only
I got
really
a
provoked if
16.
we leave survivors.
Got a whole 4, Grim.
How is
4?
my initiative modifier +8?
As it is.
So I got 16 somehow.
I got a
Okay.
16 as well.
So, Chokma, 16.
I got a 12.
Egg, 16. Sorry, who got 12?
Fod. Fard. Felson.
12. Winston.
6 on the die. So,
And plus your initiative.
oh, that's it. 0.
That's it.
Yep.
Okay, so 6. And Harry,
4.
total.
4.
Yeah. Okay.
I rolled a 2 on the dice.
Wow.
If I wasn't so honest, I'd just sit there and keep re-rolling it until I got something higher. But I am honest.
No,
because
honesty is the
failure is
best
fun
policy.
too. Yeah, failure is
Yes.
fun too.
Failure's always funnier. Okay, so the creature that was hopping towards you, which you can now see is a rabbit,
Oh God,
Oh,
no.
a giant
No.
humanoid-ish rabbit,
I've heard of these.
wearing a Looney Tunes t-shirt with a flak jacket over it and carrying some sort of scratch-built rifle. Stops when he sees you moving with intent towards him, raises his rifle and shoots.
Shoot my zombie first.
What is your zombie's armor class?
His armor class is, I think, the same as mine.
I believe so.
So my armor class, and therefore his, is 10. No, wait. It says 10 plus level plus armor plus shield plus dex or int.
There should be a total at the end. So
Well, it's at the end. There's 19 cold resistance, 10 necrotic resistance, 10. That's
let
right.
me find it.
Oh, I think it's
Think
19.
AC is 10 plus level
Yeah, it's
plus armor
19.
plus shield.
Yeah, it's 19. You get cold resistance 10 and necrotic resistance 10.
Yep.
Okay, so he needs 19 to hit. I rolled a natural 20.
Wow.
That's a minion, isn't it? That zombie?
Yeah, this one hit point.
Okay, yeah. So the rabbit man shoulders his rifle, puts one enormous great bunny foot in front, sort of drops into a crouch, and fires. Your zombie's head is blown clean off its body, and what remains of it falls and sort of bursts apart on the ground.
Don't worry, if things go as planned, we will have a rabbit zombie next.
It's gonna be down a foot.
Right. The rabbit up on top of the bus, whose glint of glass you saw before, fires. So you hear a bang and see a puff of smoke from there. Shooting at Winston. What's Winston's AC?
10 plus level plus armor.
It should be calculated. I just left the calculation.
19, resist cold 15.
Okay.
So that's you have fourth edition had like different to hit factors, if I recall. So
it should just be the one AC, but I put the damage resistances in the same place, so it's probably before that. Let me see. Winston AC is 19, and then resist cold is 15.
okay.
Okay, you are struck. A bullet smacks into your shoulder for 6 points of damage.
All right, I'm still up.
But it hurt. Right. Remarkably, despite being stoned out of his gorge, Chokma is next.
How close are these rabbits?
This one's only about 30 feet away now.
Oh, that's way too far.
Well, not if you actually move. That's how far you can move.
Yeah, but that does seem like effort.
Jeez.
I'm just gonna try and talk him down. Like, hey, man, why you gotta be shooting us and stuff? We're just, trying to score some weed.
Tell you what, make an interaction roll with disadvantage.
What does disadvantage do again?
You roll
twice and take the lowest.
Well, my lowest was 5 plus whatever modifier plus 0, so 5.
And yeah, I'm bodging rules that don't exist in this edition. Bite me.
We do that
sorry, what
too.
did you get in total?
5.
Yeah, he doesn't seem particularly convinced. He just looks at you with his one beady little rabbit eye and cranks to load another round into his rifle. Feg. Zombie-less Feg.
I'm going to go into the zone of interaction with the two rabbits. If I can move
Well,
that.
one's on the roof of the bus, in amongst the thorns, sniping, and then one of them came out to challenge you, but then you advanced on him in a threatening manner.
Okay, so I'm going to go up to the one that is in front and use my hands of power.
Okay.
So it's a normal action, blast 15 feet around me, +4 versus reflex, and if I succeed, I do 4d8 +2 damage.
Oof. Is
And
that
I
an
roll
encounter power?
Yeah, and I roll 1d6 to determine
To
if
see
it's
what kind of...
electrical, fire, radiation.
Okay. Roll d20 and add 4.
Okay.
Tell me what you get.
10, 12, 13.
Okay. So you lumber forward, but he springs back out of the way as you slam your hand down into the earth. And while it looks incredibly spectacular, the electrical storm that you create that burns the ground all around you for 15 feet in every direction, it completely fails to land on him.
It also stuns me.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
All right. Another rabbit man wielding a pair of axes comes hurtling out of the gap in the thorns, like leaping and hopping towards his companion, and shrieking his terrible, terrible battle cry. Bard, time to
Right.
show them how a
So-
real soldier does it.
Indeed. And even though I utterly disdain the big feat, I have to protect my team for mission success. So, whipping out my plastic riot shield, which has a partial blast hole in it that I've kind of shorn away to make a gun port in the side. I've got my tricked out Luger, and I am advancing to put myself between Feg and approaching rabbit people to take the
Yep.
shot. And these are the exact kinds of mutant filth that I have been trained to fight. You don't close with hoops because they're faster than you. You just shoot them to pieces.
Madame Hoops.
Yeah. So it's up to you if the unbridled hate applies or not.
It definitely does.
Excellent. So that is a 17.
That is a hit.
Excellent. And then and that's 9. I was assuming it's slug damage with regular bullets.
Yes. Tricked out Luger. Yeah. 2d6 damage. So you did how much? Sorry.
I rolled
8.
7, and then you add 2 to the damage for
Yeah.
unbridled hatred.
So 9.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You whip out your shields, slam it down,
Right.
bring your pistol up, shoot him through his one remaining good eye. He drops his rifle and falls to the side dead.
Don't worry, Feg. They're just jealous of your feet.
I'm not sure whose feet are bigger. Right, Winston.
All right. Which one's down? The axe wielder?
The one with the rifle. The axe wielder is still approaching.
All right. And there's
Now frothing at the muzzle.
All right. I
Tell him to chill out.
I'm gonna have to on my ice puns. I'm really on the spot here.
Stay frosty.
Well, I was all right. Let's icy grasp. I have to get a little bit closer for that. I'm gonna run up to him. If can I make it in this round?
Yeah, you can make it. You can charge up on him because he's
touch-
coming your way at speed as well. So.
Okay. Touch +4 versus fort. So that's a D20 +4.
Yep. Tell me what you get. Show me what you got.
13.
Not quite enough. So you reach out.
A rascally rabbit.
Yes. So you reach out to grab him, and his silky, soft rabbit ear just slips through your fingers before you can get a decent grip. Right. Harry, who was too busy calculating pi again.
Yes, apparently I'm very slow. I was trying to figure out the best way to approach this thing. So I'm going to simply walk up and employ machine grip.
Go for it.
Busily contemplating Bugs Bunny adult parodies.
Critical hit.
Critical hit.
Critical
Very
hit.
good.
you grabbed him right by the balls again.
I have to say something appropriate like, hey, you're a rabbit. I heard rabbits really love it when I do this.
All right. Well, he slips through Winston's grip and leaps into the air and in slow motion with his pair of axes hurtling towards you. You look at him. A whole bunch of calculations and stuff pass across your vision. You sort of reach out, grab him by the face before he reaches you, and squish.
I don't think I grabbed him by the face.
I think you did because he's dead.
Oh, I didn't even roll damage.
You don't have to. He's a minion. One of the only good things about 4th edition.
Yeah, minions were great.
Oh god, I keep that in every edition I run.
Oh dear, I seem to have ripped it off.
Oops.
Can I raise
Alright.
him as a zombie?
You probably can.
It's not willpower, and it works within 25 feet.
Graveyard summons, yeah, at will, necrotic, size, standard action, 25 feet area. Create a zombie with your stats, but 1 hit point. Yeah. So, you can on your turn.
Okay.
Can I see if I can turn that rifle that the bunny dropped into a bomb?
You can on your turn, but the sniper still has initiative on everyone.
For people in the
still going,
audience,
yeah.
we do not actually advocate turning a gun into a bong. How you have to smoke that would be very, very dangerous.
Or very,
I've seen people shotgun stuff plenty of times with a shotgun.
You can, however, turn a bong into a gun. That's fine. All right. In the distance, you hear the presumably last rabbit man shrieking out, "Inferiors!" And he opens fire again. This time aiming for Harry. What's Harry's AC?
Oh, talking to me?
Yes.
You're shooting me?
Yes.
My AC is only a 15. However,
Okay.
I do have laser resistance if it's a laser.
It's not a laser, but it misses
Damn.
anyway.
Oh, good.
So yeah, a shot whistles past your simulated ear, which is
That's-
nowhere near your actual audio pickup.
That's not cool.
No, it's very uncool. Right, Chokmo, you want to turn the rifle into a bong?
Yes.
I believe that will be a science roll.
It doesn't matter what kind of roll it is. I got a natural 1.
I hope you check
Okay.
it's still loaded.
Actually, it would have been a mechanics roll, but either way, yeah, you pick up the rifle and start looking at it to figure out whether you can turn it into a bong, and then you try like sucking air through it to see whether it's got the throughput, and it goes off and shoots you in the face. Take 6 hit points of damage.
Oh,
Ow.
I just figured out that Feg's avatar is a sexy Sasquatch. I've been staring at it this whole time with no idea what it is.
Man, that nearly hit my brain cell.
Feg, I believe you're still stunned this turn. So,
Yes.
yeah, you just stand there smoking and twitching slightly from the electricity. Fard.
Right. So when the hoop starts calling me an inferior and shooting at me, I go off on a probably racist, if anyone can speak German, rant. I have a South American accent, but I begin screaming in a rapid fire series of German slurs about how dare he call me a member of the inferior race. I am not of the Untermensch. And then I just shoot him repeatedly.
Minderwertiges mir kenntnis Kaninchen.
Uh-oh.
That's
Right.
that's an 18.
Okay, so that's just barely a hit. So yeah, you advance,
Right.
swearing and shouting and screaming at him in German, and you exchange fire. So a couple of rounds ricochet off your shield.
Oh Jesus!
You're firing with your pistol, but you've got to get closer into range, and then finally you manage to pick him off.
For 13 damage.
Jesus.
And, he goes, "Ah!" and that's all, folks.
He's laying on the ground. I keep shooting. And
So yeah, you advance through the thorns up to the body and just keep firing until the magazine's empty.
I think he's dead, Fard.
Not dead enough.
Here, I saved you a piece of the last one I killed, offering you a gauntlet full of bloody fur and rabbit
And
bits.
eyes and teeth.
It's like, well, after Feg gets his zombie, we'll see about that.
Rather.
Yes, you can
cold.
raise one of the rabbits as a zombie.
Yes. Ideally, the one that is least damaged.
Yeah.
I was just saying he can only have one zombie, right?
It's
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
mine, actually, just because.
Right. So from the remaining corpses, Fard will both be taken heads, woo, except for the one that's got a utterly smashed cranium, obviously, and we'll cut off one of the hoop legs. If anybody else wants a rabbit foot, he'll give them one. But yeah, just cut it off at the digit grade ankle, so he's basically got like the lower half of a leg hanging off of his belt.
Yeah, I'll take a rabbit's foot.
Excellent. We need all the luck we can get.
And as you hand it to me, I just start chewing on it.
It's a pity I'm not a leather worker. Otherwise, we could probably rework some of this fur into something usable.
I mean, if we strip that to the bone, Shockmike could probably make a bong out of it.
Can I do a mechanics roll to see if I can?
Make a bong out of the rabbit's leg.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you could suck the marrow out of the bone and hollow it out.
And then smoke the
See, well, I rolled a 10. I think my mechanics is 1, so 11.
It's not a great
Yeah.
bong.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a hole at each end, but that's about all you can say for it. You can say that for a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably make a bong out of it then, just not a very good one.
Well, I mean, how difficult would it be to actually skin all these things and make an outfit out of them?
Be a technology roll, I suppose. Or no, nature for that kind of survival type thing. Or is there a
Ooh.
survival skill?
I
I,
mean-
don't remember.
I mean, Fard's only intent here is the sheer intimidation of walking around wearing, the desiccated remains of murdered mutants.
Here.
It would be a nature roll.
Let me
Okay.
spin them. I have a
I
plus
gotta-
one with nature.
I rolled an 18 total after nature to actually skin and turn these things into a
Okay.
usable outfit.
So
Well, the villagers stand off to one side watching you butcher the hoops in horror. But they are like, well, yes, you do seem quite good at the violence. I think you inflicted more damage on yourselves than the enemy ever did.
I'm not hurt at all. And in fact, because I'm made of hard light, I'm actually not dirty either.
If it's your preference, next time we encounter someone violent, we'll invite them to camp instead.
Fart, would you like to wear this coat? Although it would look fetching on me.
Has it been cured, or are you literally just offering me patched together rabbit gore?
Well, I mean, it'd probably take a day or two to cure, but still.
Yeah, you'd need a bit more time, but you've got the skins at least.
Yeah.
I never did make that gun into a bomb.
Do you want to risk doing that again?
Yeah,
God.
I mean, it went off last time, but it didn't kill me.
Hold
Well, I
on.
rolled a 19, so 20 in total.
Okay, so one of the hoop rifles is now no longer a rifle; it's a bomb.
Awesome.
We're gonna need a bong storage room for this drop we get.
I'm
The
on a
official
quest for the ultimate bong.
the official name for this weapon is now a bong boom.
Very Fallout. I approve.
So, other than mutilating the bodies, do you want to do anything else with their equipment or their bus or anything?
I am in fact going to search the bus because I suspect they've got their loot squirreled away, or would it be rabbited away?
Yeah, rabbited away.
I bet I can use one of the rifles with one hand.
Probably. So yeah, well, I guess 2 rifles if anyone wants to take one.
What kind of rifles are they?
I mean,
They're scrap built rifles with a rotating.
even if the rifles are garbage, the ammo is probably good if we can get the right caliber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, there are a bunch of rifle rounds in a plastic lunchbox. There's a designer purse.
Ooh!
You want that?
Yeah.
You don't recognize the design. It's an R and a C, but the C is backwards.
Damn, they got my name wrong.
What a wonderful day for you, Harrison.
Why are you calling me Harrison?
He's in fact calling you
Harriet.
everything. He's actually walking you through everything but Harry.
Yes.
Harrier.
But
I
yeah,
kind of wonder how your skull could endure my machine grip.
I sometimes
there's-
wonder how my skull endures being near all of you, and yet it does.
The fuel tank on the bus is virtually empty. They have a deck of cards for playing with when they're bored. The ammo seems to be the main thing that they've been trying to extort from people. The prize loot in the back of the bus, however, besides the water and food, which is fine, I guess.
And the deck of playing cards, damn.
Oh yeah, but they have a weed whacker, a petrol-powered weed whacker.
Oh wow! But the bus is almost tapped. Like it's got nothing in it.
Yeah, there's hardly any fuel left in the bus. It might get you to the village, but that's about as far as it would get you.
But they've
No,
got
I
a weed
want the
whacker.
petrol
That's
for the
gonna
weed
help with
whacker.
harvest.
Well, the weed whacker runs on petrol, not diesel, so
We'd
Has it
have
got
to.
petrol in it?
it does have petrol in it, or at least something.
Okay.
Well, that's going to help with like harvesting the weed at the peasant farm.
Provided you don't turn the weed whacker into a bong before you get there.
No, I'll do that after we get there. I'll harvest the weed, use up all the petrol, and then
I think I finally found an avatar that works.
No, Fard is extremely defensive of the. No, don't destroy the powered weapon to make a bong out of it. This is for cutting faces.
All right. Well, they didn't seem to have much, which is probably why they set up an ambush point and tried to extort people. Not that they ever got that far because you killed them first. So
It was a good idea at the time.
So do you want to drive the bus the rest of the way, or do you want to hoof it?
Does any of us know how to drive?
I'm a
It's only
scientist. I
learn.
can figure it out.
Felson probably knows how to drive.
Would it be a mechanics?
I don't know what it would be. They did have vehicle rules, but they were a downloadable bonus thing on the website, so I don't think they exist anymore. It would probably be a mechanic. Oh, no, would it?
I mean, it could be an insight for trying to understand the machinery. If it's not a science or a perception.
Okay, let's have a quick look.
We're all sitting in the front of the bus, going, "Is it that one? No, it's that
Yeah.
one."
Push
that's
that,
the-
twist that,
Right. Okay,
bop it.
pull the clutch. we get the bus underway, but it's just sort of like go a foot, stop, go a foot, stop.
So, skills are on page 60. Skills descriptions. It's not going to be acrobatics. It's not going to be athletics. Not going to be conspiracy or insight or interaction. Yeah, it's mechanics apparently. Doesn't make much sense to me, but
I mean, I'm not terrible at it, but I think I'm just about as good as anyone else. I'll give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen? We have to leave the bus behind. Oh no.
okay.
Yeah, with a 17, I probably got it handled.
Yeah. So you get the thing started. Thick black-brown smoke pours out of its improvised exhaust pipe, and you get the thing moving. They have jacked up the suspension and put off-road wheels, mismatched wheels on it. But yeah, at least it does move. So you're able to kind of weave back and forth following what remains of the road the rest of the way to the village. So we're almost up to an hour and a half. We're about halfway through the adventure. So let's take a quick 10-15 minute break. Grab yourself a drink or a snack or whatever, and then come back and we'll pick up for the second half.
Okay.
Okay. Right. I will remove you all from here and put up a little thing, and we'll see everyone watching in 10 to 15.
Mhm.
And we're hopefully back.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello.
Greetings.
Fruitangs.
I actually
Yeah,
thought about using a voice changer on this one, but I thought this one would be a little bit too hard to understand if I started doing this.
Yeah, a little bit.
I didn't realize you were hard light and Megatron.
No, that sounds more like Soundwave.
Yeah, that's not Megatron, actually.
This is more like Megatron.
There you go.
Got a Starscream setting.
I don't actually have a Starscream setting. I have to just kind of do that when I'm like, Megatron! Megatron!
So you're just gonna start chanting mutant superior, humans inferior? Is that the plan?
Hold on, I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if I can actually pull that out.
Try a Skeletor voice through the filter. That might come off like Starscream.
That is actually Starscream.
Right? It's just simple.
Superior. Humanoids inferior.
All right.
We're
Everyone's back.
professionals.
It's never my intent to present a highly polished streamed game, because that's completely unrealistic.
I am running this through a potato. I hope to have this hammered out and join again.
For anyone watching this is what actual play looks like.
Yes.
Let's not go throwing stones.
I didn't
Bricks,
throw stones
however.
at anybody. I didn't. Also, apparently, I'm playing a super fascist, so I'm just trying to stay in character, you know.
Super fascist. Well, I mean, if you read the description on your character sheet, yeah, you
Right,
you
no,
kind of are.
I read the description on my character sheet. It's not the character I necessarily was looking at when I came in, but it's like if it's the character I got, I'm gonna choke on it.
Well, you could always switch out and play the otaku girl.
I do not feel quite comfortable playing an otaku squid girl. That's just a little too weird for me.
That's the whole point.
Too weird. Gamma
weird.
World. What?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Super Fascist is right on because Grim said if it reminds you of a coalition state soldier, then you're right.
Yeah.
Right.
They're Super Fascists.
I think
All
Harvey
right.
Harry was supposed to originally be kind of like a little bit more like Max Headroom, but I definitely got a different interpretation.
Or Rimmer.
Look,
Oh.
I can make many jokes about the Germans and South America. I can only
The
make
Germans.
I can only make so many jokes about Under-chan. Notice me, senpai. I don't have enough jokes for that.
Oh my god, he's talking about the Germans again. Look, man, all I want to do is smoke some hash and go watch some German gas mask porn, okay? Just take your shit out there.
That's the old German name. Let's just chill out, man. This is Kraftwerk.
Yeah, man. I want to go to the club, wear some latex and snort some cocaine and listen to Kraftwerk all night, okay?
Several hundred years ago, this great nation was defeated, and the best people fled to South America to leave a bunch of Euro trash to put up Walmarts behind them.
Get the room, fun boys.
Oh my god, listen to him. Listen, it's so old school. I bet you're Argentinian too.
If you think what we did to the Germans was bad, look at the Japanese. So.
Oh god.
Oh, it's my favorite joke from Yes Minister. Well, why are the Germans for it? So they can get war forgiveness and come back to the human race.
The Germans.
The Germans.
Cool.
That's amateur Ghoul. I have a gas mask. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghoul, I've got a gas mask.
Yeah.
In fact, so when COVID started, I had to travel. So I wore my industrial club gas mask.
I was gonna say, was it like a World War I full-on elephant trunk gas mask?
No, those things don't work, do they?
That's the only one with the two filters.
Yeah.
covered in all kinds of rave spikes and shit. so-
Right.
Those are cool though.
But it's the only mask I had. so- Right. Anyway, yes.
Cool. I'll talk about that on Discord, so we don't derail
Anymore.
this too much. But I'll get you sorted out. Don't worry.
Oh, did anybody notice the giant fist on my avatar now?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
There, I thought that was appropriate now. It puts it
Right.
into context.
The Panzer bus rolls to the village on fumes of fuel and
Panzer bus?
yes, and rattles to a halt.
The
Just
Panzer
outside.
Party Bus.
Right, this village. It's a loose collection of thrown together buildings on top of a sort of hillock of earth, a bit like an old Iron Age hill fort, bank and ditch sort of thing. So they've made it somewhat defensible. There's one building which has a sort of tower that goes up a second story, but otherwise they're all fairly low, nondescript, pretty basic sort of buildings. And besides the bank and ditch, they haven't thrown up a fence or anything else. The ground around the outside of the village has been sectioned off into fields, and various crops seem to be growing in them to one extent or another. Most of them seem to be maize, or at least some mutated derivative of maize. The villagers hop off the bus and scurry forward to let the rest of the village know that you're coming.
I'm sorry, Chocolate, but I don't think there's any weed here. Can make vodka with that, though, I think. Uh-oh.
I think he fell
Red
asleep
lemon.
on the bus.
Oh, no.
Sorry, my internet was just cutting out there. Did I miss something?
Oh, Feg was asking, or telling you that there's probably not any weed here, but you could always turn the corn into vodka.
Oh man, they promised me weed.
When we stopped the bus, I opened the door. I put out the little sign. I'm like, only go in front of the bus. Do not go behind the bus. Go in front of the bus. It is for your safety.
Don't make me touch the sign.
So I'm gonna turn to one of the peasants and be like, hey, so where's the weed?
I'm afraid we may have misled you a little bit, warrior. But I think we have something that may soften your wrath.
What? This better be good.
Okay. So another one of the villagers sort of hurriedly runs back, holding his robe up so he doesn't trip over it, and holds out a small brown paper envelope to you.
It's the first time I've heard about soft wrap.
What's this?
Weed seeds for you.
But you can't smoke the seeds.
You've
No,
But-
you.
seeds can let you grow more weed, which will then flower and make more seeds. I don't really know how plants work, so
You sow the seed, nature grows the seed, and then you smoke the seed.
Shockboy, you must think about this in the positive terms. You can travel this great land, waving my hand as though gesturing at America. You can travel this great land, planting seeds. You can be Johnny Bud.
This is all bullshit. If you give me those seeds, I can have actual like weed creatures that walk around, talk, and can be smoked in a few weeks.
I'll just hand him the hand him the seeds. No hesitation.
Everybody stand back. I'm doing science.
Yes. I'm immediately already running through calculations to figure out how to grow these things into actual like living creatures using radiation.
Yes, you'll need appropriate mutagens.
Yes.
Soil.
Yes.
Those sorts of things. But yeah, it's a project, certainly.
Felson looks extremely skeptical.
The villager with the dog mask has been talking to you the most. Well, you have the run of the village, and you can use anything that you find here. Save the temple. Do not trespass there. It is sacred ground to us.
Like a church?
Yes, like a church.
Why not go in there?
It's only for our people. No one else, ever.
Guys, that's where they keep the weed. Let's go.
Please,
doubt it.
I must insist. We have a contract. You said you would defend us in exchange for the things you've asked for. So please, just respect our wishes.
You didn't give us the weed.
I've given you the potential for unlimited weed.
You didn't give me weed.
We don't have any weed, but I gave you weed seeds.
Seeds can be used to grow many weed.
Guys, they're holding out on us.
All right. Chakma, would you settle for getting that head wound patched up? I took a slug myself. Do you guys have any medicine here?
Medicine. Disinfectant. Perhaps some clean cloth to bind your wounds?
I've got like half my face hanging off and don't appear.
It's all right. You're a demon. It's all like ectoplasm or something. Healing.
Fig, yours. He looks at the undead hoop. Your associate doesn't sleep, rest, or eat, right?
Which associate?
He's looking at your zombie.
Oh, no, he doesn't sleep. He just goes into a comatose state like me. And then wakes up by having his heart attack in reverse.
Is it required that he do this every day?
GM.
Sorry, what is it required that?
Is it required that his zombie goes into a comatose state and then wakes up with a heart attack in reverse every day?
No.
Okay.
It can stand guard over your supine body at night.
Okay.
So, while people are getting themselves patched up and trying to extort weed where there is no weed to be extorted, Fard is actually doing the legwork of looking around the village and assessing it to see what its tactical situation is, which I assume is basically nothing.
Yeah. Okay, so regarding healing, you get all your hit points back just for the rest on the bus. So it's even worse than 5th edition when it comes to healing. But hey, what you gonna do?
But
4th edition was all about fighting stuff anyway. It was like
Yeah.
even trips to town were like non-existent roleplay.
But basically, once Fod knows what the rough tactical situation is, at the very least, he can induce Feg, if Feg is willing, to put the zombie to dig and try to trench around the village, so that when the poor signs come, maybe we can herd them into one space.
It might be a very slow dig.
Right, but he doesn't have to stop.
So there's this earthen hill, basically, with a ditch and bank around it. On the hill, there's 4 or 5 house-like buildings, maybe a storage building, and then the 2-story temple, which you're not allowed in. Beyond that are the fields, and beyond the fields are rolling hills and patches of mutated woodland.
Okay, so maybe easier instead of, since we don't have to dig a ditch, maybe we can just put up some spiked posts. Make it very unfriendly for the porcine coming in.
Could you describe the temple from our outside view, or from where we can see?
Yeah, so the lower floor is about 10 feet high, forming a square. It's on the very center of the mound, and then in the center of it, the sort of tower segment rises up another 10 feet and has a pointed roof.
Like a standard building, nothing.
Yeah, it's scratch built, same as everything else here. So there's
All right.
panels of doors and mix of other bits and pieces of junk they've recovered from various places.
So these pigs, where are
Yes.
they? Where do they hide?
Somewhere out there in the wilderness beyond the fields, but they will return soon.
Do you know when?
Well, we never know. They were supposed to come 4 times a year, but they always came more. And after the last time they came, I'm sure they'll be back very soon. Are you all pitching in with setting up the spikes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
I actually
Every-
think that Peg is the strongest one in the group, but prove me wrong.
Everyone make a mechanics roll, and Feg make one for your zombie as well.
Okay.
6.
What the hell, dice?
Oh, there we go.
3. So the zombie got a 3, and I got a 14.
25.
Right. So it's kind of mostly a comedy of errors, I
Oh,
suppose.
big time.
With you constantly hitting each other with the pieces of wood because you're turning suddenly with them on your shoulder. Something draws your attention.
I keep trying to jerk off the wood, apparently, because I rolled an 8.
Or you pound it too deep into the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, right. We're not supposed to be burying it. Sorry.
Eventually, we just put you on stripping off bark, because all you have to do is move your hand up real fast.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, after a lot of hard work, you've completed only a handful of yards of wooden spike wall on the outside. But if they come from that couple of degrees, they're in trouble.
Right.
But as the hard work draws to a close and the sun begins to set and the sky lights up with weird colors like the northern lights, but in purples and mauves and magentas and other disturbing colors, and in place of the moon, a great shattered arc across the sky starts to become visible.
Chartreuse shadows.
You hear the rumbling of poorly maintained engines in the distance.
I hate to do this because I love the idea of the Panzer Party bus, but can we, especially at the villagers' help, can we push the Panzer bus in front of the main gate so they'd have to get through the bus to get in?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So you quickly rush over to the Panzer bus and push it across in front of the gate to form a barricade. As you do so, some headlights come into view, and let's see. Yeah, about a mixture of like 5 motorbikes with sidecars or mopeds come trundling up with a bunch of pigmen sat on the backs of them, all dressed up in their denim vests with patches and stuff on them. carrying various weapons and looking pretty mean. There's a lot of grunting and squealing as they kick down the kickstands and get off their bikes.
Oh, look,
Oh,
it's pigs
Tom.
riding hogs.
Hey, these guys, they said they had weed, but they don't. Do you guys maybe have some weed we could maybe get from you?
The biggest of the pigs muscles his way to the front. He's wearing a weird helmet with a couple of wing mirrors on it and what looks like some sort of laser gun on top, which twists and turns whichever way he looks. Weed? We like shrooms. Truffles. He salivates.
Well, I mean, I'm quite partial to some shrooms, but I'm looking for some weed right now.
I
Is
don't
this
suppose
your bus?
I don't suppose I could convince any of you to engage in a mating ritual so I can study it for science. With each other, of course, not with me. People are disgusting.
Oh, this bus, yeah, man. This is the party bus, but we got no weed, so it's just a bus.
Well, move out the way. We've got villagers to kill and things to plunder.
Oh, see, that's unfortunate. Mine bore. Because this party bus can't move.
Why not?
Because the party can't stop, won't stop. And the party's happening here.
Nice helmet.
Can I teleport behind the leader and then use my throwing through a teleport thing to throw him through the bus?
Yes. Okay. So
I mean, he wants to be on the other side of it. I can get him on the other side of it. He just might not like how I do it.
okay. Right. Can you make an attack roll with that teleport power?
Yes.
In my mind's eye, I imagine a boot party that is about to land on one guy.
Wisdom plus level plus accuracy versus reflex.
It should be actually next to the power. What you roll as well.
Well, I rolled a natural one anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Is TK Wave, does that hit multiple targets?
I believe so.
Blast 25 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. How many of them
But
are there?
you don't have to hit your party. Again, it's a very forgiving version of the system. There's about 9 of them plus the leader. So I am going to need initiative rolls from everyone after that disaster.
Oh boy.
Did I just pat him on the back or something?
Yeah. And a few little bits of flame spark out of your fingers. And he sort of shimmers and shudders for a second, but doesn't teleport.
I got a 16 initiative.
Okay.
I got 17 initiative.
Just remember it for a moment because I have to work out everyone else's initiative.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Not yet. There are like 9 of them.
Oh my god, you're doing individual initiative for everyone?
Yep, because they're all minions. They're just going to die straight away anyway. So
Madman.
after our discussions about initiative, okay. So what did Chokma get?
I got 17.
And Feg
16.
and Fard.
I got a 19 actually.
Nice. Winston,
11.
Harry,
20.
That makes up for last time.
Yes. I have a laser pistol, but fuck that. The glove is way too much fun.
Smell the glove.
Yes.
I didn't notice anything for ammo tracking, or is it just sort of?
That isn't. It's all powered by hand wavium.
Gotcha.
It's more important.
You have ammo.
It's more important for people to know that you're looking for ammo than how much you actually have.
It's Hollywood.
That's
Hollywood ammo.
That was always the nitpicking I did with Zombieland. Why didn't they get so much ammo? Why don't they reload?
But it's a comedy, Fig.
Well, if we were running Darwin's World, yeah, I make you track ammo because it's important.
Right. What is Chokma's reflex save?
1 second. 13.
Okay, so the leader who you've been treating with and just tried to teleport whirls on you and says, "Activate!" And from his helmet, you hear a little voice going, "Weapons free, firing!" And a big laser beam shoots out from the helmet towards you and strikes. Are you resistant to anything?
Am I?
Like lasers, for example.
Doesn't look like it, but if someone makes a melee attack against me, which I assume this isn't,
It's not. Yeah.
I can respond with my quills attack. But
Yeah. This is a laser attack. Laser. Okay. You take 13 hit points of damage as this laser blast goes off, and everyone's left with after images in their eyes.
Oh, you nearly hit my brain cell. That's twice in one day.
All right. Harry.
I walk up to the nearest one and say, "Hold still. I want to get a sample." And let's see, what did I get? +7. Damn.
Willing
Okay.
women are on the phones to do science with you tonight.
Excuse me. Okay, so I got a 20 to hit.
Okay.
Not a crit, but
no, but that's still definitely a hit.
yeah.
Okay,
roll damage?
Well, you don't need to roll damage because you were going for one of the normal ones, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me how you finish him off.
Well, I basically grabbed him and started pulling, and then things just kind of came apart.
Okay. Crunch. Splat.
Damn.
Sploosh.
I think I need more lubricant.
The rest of the pigs will step back. All right, Fard.
Right, so having just seen that and their horror, Fod calls out on his helmet-mounted mega speaker, "You're gonna let this fat bacon fuck lead you into that kind of death?" And try to get them to kill each other with stoke resentment.
Okay.
So it's a
When
roll
is
versus
that?
their will.
I thought Feg's turn was right after Chokebuzz.
Oh,
So I got a 16.
no, you got 16 initiative.
Yeah. I got
Yeah.
a 19.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it's all good.
Right, what does the Stoke Resentment do? There it is. Okay. Stoke Resentment. Encounter power, 25-foot area. So yeah, you can move towards them while you're shouting and then activate that.
Right.
Roll D20, add 4, trying to beat their will.
I got an unnatural 20.
Okay. Okay, you can overcharge it to make them attack each other.
That is the intent.
Yeah, so to do that, you have to overcharge it, which you can do once per encounter. It is a psychic power. So just roll a d20.
Oh, okay. Instead of rolling the damage, I roll to
see if the overcharge takes effect. Yeah, so just roll d20.
That is an 18.
Okay, so it does take effect. So you can. Do you want to damage them, or do you want to turn them on each other?
I want to turn them on each other so that they're busy fighting each other rather than helping their boss.
Okay, so all the little slights and everything that have gone on between them as part of the gang, you know, who got the most truffles last time and all that, all rises to the surface, and 5 of them start laying into each other with their axes and knives, slaughtering each other in front of you.
It's actually horrifying.
Yeah. It's like they all suddenly discovered that pork is delicious and then decided to. Wait a minute, we tasted bacon. Right. Chokma, then Feg. So the boss is still there, and otherwise only 3 others remain.
Well, I was going to help the boss go through the bus, but then he shot me, so instead I'm going to teleport him 20 foot straight down into the ground.
Okay. Right. So make the attack roll with that power.
Well, I rolled a 3, so whatever the modifier, it's not going to work.
No. He seems to be teleport resistant for some reason.
It's because he's heavy.
Can I also
do you want
myself?
Do you want to re-roll that attack?
For what reason?
Do you want to? Would you like to actually hit with that effect?
If there was a reason to do it, then yeah. But
okay, well, roll again.
18 plus modifiers.
Okay. The rabbit's foot on your hip disintegrates, but the teleport strike seems to hit. So, how much damage does that do?
Well, he's 20 foot underground, so...
Yeah, but how much damage does the attack normally do?
The attack... where is it?
Oh my God,
weapon damage plus wisdom plus level.
Which should already be worked out. So, is it the Blackfire port?
Yeah.
No, temporal... No, not. Yeah, temporal fuge.
Temporal fuge.
Yeah. Okay, it does the same damage as your weapon. So roll your black iron sword damage. That's 1d8 plus your wisdom bonus plus your level, which is 1. So 1d8 plus 3.
8.
Okay. Right. So he's wreathed in black fire for a moment, and there's a sort of thump, and he's now stood in a crater, and earth flies out in all directions, and he just sort of grunts, as if thrown into the ground, because he was, really. Right.
It's very Akira.
And he's dazed. So, yes, there are little cartoon birds wheeling around his head. Right, Feg and Zombie.
So are there a swarm of porcine mutants around still?
There are 3 that aren't in the process of killing each other or are already dead.
Okay, so
And the
I'm
big
going to attempt to use Hands of Power in this last encounter.
Okay.
So I get a +4 versus the reflex.
Yep. Okay, roll.
Shit. That's a 7.
And you didn't have a rabbit's foot, did you? I don't think.
No, I didn't.
Okay. So you leap majestically into the air and come down hard, bashing your fist into the earth.
Looks cool though.
Yeah, it looks very cool.
Until I shock myself and then I end up.
No, I know it's fire this time. Green flames shoot out in all directions, and the drain of the power stuns you, but you misjudged the distance and were just like a foot short of catching them in the explosion. But your zombie can still go.
Okay, cool. So zombie will go up next, and so he has all my stats. So let's do this. Shit. I rolled a 3 again.
Okay, he leaps towards one of the pigs who just kind of shoulder barges him out of the way. Right. Winston.
I'm gonna try and hit a TK wave in the center of the whole kerfuffle.
So everyone's going for their full-on attacks.
They shouldn't have grouped up like that.
Yep. Okay, go for it. Make the attack roll.
All right, that is a
Simon, are you
18.
aware to get your camera on?
18 versus Fortitude. So I believe they have to make a save.
No, you just have to beat the number. It just acts like an AC.
No.
What's the radius on that?
25 feet.
And what's the effect of it? TK wave.
At will, force side, blast 25 feet, +5 versus 4, 1d6 plus 4.
At will. God, a bear doesn't do that much damage, I suppose.
Yeah.
So.
A 1d6 plus 4 and pushes them 15 feet.
Okay, so you follow up on the other attempts to explode them, using that to judge where you need to land, and then do your whole Jedi Force push in all directions, and the remaining hogs go flying through the air in all directions. Crump, splat. One of them goes through one of the windows of the party bus. So there was only the
pigs fly.
Nah, I was working on something. Goddamn. This is just not my day for puns.
For Bill and the silhouetted because the visage of Chokma is so hideously horrifying. If you actually saw my face, you would probably die.
Well, Bill, it can be off-putting when you don't see people's faces, but some people can't. Some people just don't like to. Got to be accommodating.
I mean, I could turn my cam on and said, "Look, you get some wonderful Vietnamese egg rolls with homemade peanut sauce. That's a nice visual."
I've just got all kinds of light and background distortion, so I don't think. But hi.
Once
you
again,
don't have to if you don't want to. So
running it through a potato. So
yeah, delicious potato.
Mm.
Right. So Chokma is still close to the leader, isn't he? He's still the closest. But the leader's dazed, so he gets one action this turn, and it's at a penalty. He shakes his head to try and clear the bells and so on from out of his poor noggin. Ooh, we lost some more. And slams his big fat gut into Chokma. What is Chokma's fortitude?
Fortitude is 11.
There's no distraction, Bill. Don't worry about it. Just wanted to
Bill,
explain.
don't worry. I'm the distraction here. I put my cam on being done.
People often ask why, but yeah, it's just for everyone's comfort. So, what was your fortitude?
It's all good. 11.
11. Okay. Right. You take 5 more hit points of damage and are knocked prone.
Wait, that might kill me. Hang on. How many hit points do I have? Oh, I'm dead.
You're at 0 hit points.
I'm at -1.
Okay,
I do get a reaction when someone attacks me, but I don't know if I still get that if I'm...
Yeah, you can still get that. So you want to use your quills?
Yeah.
Okay, so how's that work?
So you can make a reaction against melee attack at +6 versus AC, doing 1d12 +2 damage and causing -2 to attack rolls. I can overcharge with 2 ongoing damage, but if I fail 9 or less, I hurt myself and everyone within 15 foot. Which I'm going to do, because...
Okay, so roll to overcharge first.
Well, I rolled a 2, so...
Okay, that goes wrong, so you injure everybody. So roll 1d12, roll the damage.
Where's my d12? 1.
Plus?
Plus... What's the thing? +2, so 3.
Okay, so anyone who is close to the leader and Chokma takes 3 hit points of damage.
Yep. I think that was Fag as well, so 3 hit points.
Just for clarity, my armor has a notation that I reduce all damage by 5. Does that still apply, or is that only when I'm attacked? Okay.
That still applies. So yeah.
We're not in a crater at the moment, which would sort of...
It helps a bit, but still quills go in all directions and stab into a lot of people. Right, so when you're at 0 hit points or lower, you fall unconscious and are dying. Any damage you take continues to reduce your current hit points. When you are dying, you make a saving throw at the end of your turn each round. If you succeed, roll 10 or higher. There's no change in your condition. If you fail, roll lower than 10. You slip 1 step closer to death. If you fail 3 times before taking a rest, then your character dies.
So
other people can...
I need 10 or higher, right?
Yeah, at the end of your turn, which is not this one. It'll be soon. Other characters can stabilize you using the science skill.
I also think you can use a second wind once you're awake.
Yes.
Not sure how much you regain.
Second wind. So you regain half your hit points when you do second wind. So if someone can stabilize you, oh no, you're unconscious now basically until the end of combat, unless someone comes up with some clever way to bring you back.
Does Chokma not have second wind?
He does, but you have to be awake to do it.
Oh, okay.
Right, so he's gone. Harry.
Okay. I don't suppose there's any way I can run over and patch Chokma up. Is there?
Yes, you can dash over and you can make a science roll.
Ooh, best. Right.
You're the doctor, after all.
I shall do this.
Difficulty 11.
Okay. I dig a grave, toss Chakma in there, and then urinate on him. Some quicklime. Because I rolled a 1.
Oh dear. Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Right, you are
I've
reduced
got like
to
demon anatomy. How would you know how to fix it?
No, I think it's a case of I wanted to heal you, but then I got so fascinated with how you work that I started dissecting you.
or you saw, the moist holes and started jamming your fist into them.
There's yes.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
there's 2 large holes in my face. Well, 3 if you include my mouth. But
Okay, you're now at -4 hit points. From I know how to heal. You punch the wounds, right? That's how that works. Yes.
I fist the wounds.
Right, yeah, so that's not working. Maybe your program will glitch back to the proper one next turn. Right. Fard.
Right. So I will round on the leader, and I will attempt to draw his aggro so that we can save Chakma. And as I approach him, I will kick him with my seismic stomp and shout, "Kneel before Fard!"
Okay. Right. Make the attack roll for that power.
18.
Kneel before Zod, except after Grodd. I think that's.
You say kneel before Fudd?
Seismic stomp.
It's
only a 5-foot radius.
Yeah.
So
I got to be in melee. That's the thing.
yeah.
But it's,
so what did you roll?
I rolled an 18 to hit versus his fortitude.
Yeah. Roll damage 1d6 plus 3.
And he will be knocked prone, which is the actual useful bit. So that's 6 total.
Okay. But yeah, and he's hurled back against the side of the bus with a loud smash and slides down to the floor. So he is prone. Chokma lays unconscious, dreaming of spliffs. This one's called the B-52 because it takes 52 people to smoke it, and all you can say afterwards is "buh."
And it is the bomb.
Right, Feg.
Yes. Getting up after failing again at using Hands of Power, I will use another encounter power. Big claws. So my claws go snicked, and then I will attack the pig.
Okay.
With a +5 versus AC.
Okay, and roll with advantage because I can't be bothered to learn the proper rules.
I rolled an 8, so that's what, 9.
Well, and you roll again.
Okay.
See if you get a higher roll.
That's a 3.
So not
Let's
higher.
leave again.
So you got 8 plus 4, was it?
+5. So that was the first roll.
So 13.
And then the other one was 8 total.
Yeah. So no, it fails to harm him in any meaningful way. Okay.
I just grazed the pig lightly.
Yeah.
Like just
You go. That has a remarkably little effect. Maybe it tears some of the denim. Okay, Winston.
How many are left?
Just the leader.
Just the leader?
Yeah.
All right. Blaster pistol to the face.
Okay.
Heavy
Make
blaster.
the attack roll.
All right. Ooh. 10.
Roll again because you've got advantage because he's prone.
All right. Above 20.
Okay, well, that's a hit then. Damage?
All right. 12. 11.
12. 11. Okay. Okay, he is bloodied. Yeah, so as he slammed back into the bus, you sort of open up the blaster beams smacking into him and burning holes in the bus around him. You can smell cooking book. Right. He slowly stands up and defiantly faces all of you. And unslings his shotgun and fires, and a hail of shot flies forward.
Uh-oh.
Right. What's Feg's AC?
His AC is 19.
Okay. It has no real meaningful effect on you or your zombie because you're both already undead. So you're peppered with shot, but none of it hits you with sufficient force to do any real damage.
Totally unlike what happens in Vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Vampire, you halve all damage from non-aggravated sources. So, yeah, you can actually be shotgunned a lot.
That sucks.
What if you're a vampire? Right.
Yeah.
Harry, Fist of Fun.
Hey. Okay. How's Chakma doing?
Chokma is bleeding worse than when you started.
Well, all right.
It'll be difficulty 14 to stabilize.
It's no problem. I'll play around in his insides a little bit more, see if I can't reconnect something vital. Grim, I rolled another 1. I'm not shitting you. I rolled another 1. I'm so sorry. I promise you, I didn't mean to. I rolled another
Which
1.
orifice is your fist in?
Whichever one it is, it hurts.
I can actually see Harry being like, I broke it. I didn't mean to.
He's like, oh shit, that wasn't supposed to turn that way, was it? Oh.
It's like
damn.
It's like
Shout clear and slam the paddles on his nards or something.
I mean, it's not
like
supposed to spurt that way, is it?
It's like a Lucille Ball routine where he's just feeding out more and more intestines, trying to get them back in.
Yes. Yeah, it's like, you didn't really need that, did you?
There's always a few bits left over. Right, Fard. Come on, show some competence.
Yeah, let's hope.
How many hit points did I lose?
You're now at -5.
Right.
Oh,
So
I
he
only
pulled
lost
out his shotgun. I'm still trying to cover people and draw the aggression, which doesn't seem to work because we're attacking Feg. So I'm gonna try and shoot him, possibly in the back of the head, depending on his position. I assume he's actually got like his back to the bus, so
He is going back to the bus,
nobody can get
he had
behind
to.
him.
Yeah, you can do a Trinity to him. You can step in from the side with the gun to his head.
Yeah.
All right, roll to hit.
No, I'm gonna roll a 2, which is a 3. So
Okay, the comedy of errors continues. You move into his side. The bus sort of bounces back from all the buffeting it's been taking and knocks your arm, and you fire the Luger off into the air.
You can't kill us. We will.
Right, Chokma, make a saving roll.
Chokma wakes up and is
19. So that's 2 successes. 1 more and you'll stabilize.
Chokma wakes up and is like, "Stop hurting me!
Stop helping!" Right. Hey.
Yes. I am going to try to hit them with my big spiky staff.
Okay. Right, screw all this special
Plus
powers
5.
and occult stuff and necromancy. Nope, big stick. Roll to hit.
Yes. That's a 20. So 25.
So you rolled a natural 20.
Yes.
Okay. Roll the damage and double it.
Okay. Plus, what was it? Plus 2. Oh, whoops, I did it wrong.
Also, Bill, we can't eat Chakma. We would get so stoned we'd die.
Hold
Okay,
on.
so that's 24.
24 damage.
Do we have a
Okay.
walking edible with us?
I would assume so, but I assume
Yeah.
it tastes like stale bong water.
Right. You kabonk him on top of his helmet, and something in the laser shorts out, and his body is wreathed in electricity for a moment, and then he just sort of stands there swaying and smoking slightly.
Quick, do something.
Anything. Winston.
All right. Piggy's still going. He's still standing.
Yeah, he's twitching and bleeding a lot, but he's still upright.
All right. Sounds like I'm just gonna fire a laser again.
Says Bill, eat chocolate till you die.
16.
16. That's a hit.
All right. And 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay. Yeah, he's teetering on the edge of his mortality at this point.
Real glutton for punishment.
Yes. Right.
So you'd say he's greedy, like a pig.
There you go. Set him up, you knock him down.
He spits blood and bits of broken tusk, levers his shotgun and fires it sideways to try and hit Fard. And grunts out, Richmond will avenge me. But he rolls really shit and completely fails to hit Fard.
You cannot
there's a
find
loud-
the master race!
There's a loud boom, and the shotgun blows a load of paint off the side of the truck, but completely fails to hit you. Right, Harry.
I'm really starting to wonder if I should keep helping. He might actually stabilize if I leave him alone.
Then you
Fuck
can't
it, we'll
take
help him
credit.
anyway.
Oh no.
Look,
Okay.
it's literally my best skill. I have a plus 12 if I could just get anything but a 1. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. I got a whole 8, which totals up to a 20.
That's enough. Chokma is stabilized, but still unconscious.
Ah, finally, I reconnected something that started making his heart start again.
Yes, your hit points reset to 0. Okay. Fard, finish him.
Mm-hmm.
Am I able to use my second wind, or do I have to be conscious?
You have to be conscious.
Right. So that is a. That's a 17.
You shooting him again?
Yep.
Okay. Right, roll damage.
Uh, 10.
Okay. So you bring the Luger down at his head. He turns towards you, which is ironic, really. If he'd kept his head where it was, the helmet might have protected him. And he says, Richmond will have your guts for crackling. And then you fire and blow a hole through his skull. Combat is over.
Hey, does anybody need any healing? Hold up, gore encrusted. I mean, literally, he's like Harry's like covered with gore from like head to foot. It's all Chakma's innards. He's okay.
The villagers emerge now that the fight is over. Oh,
Then we didn't have to teach them to sew gunfire.
such carnage. Are you all right?
I'm still unconscious, aren't I?
Yes.
I would think so.
I merely had a flesh wound.
Is he all right? He seems very wounded.
No, he's fine. He's getting better.
Strange. I thought they had axes and guns, not giant powered fists. He seems to have been pummeled after death.
Well, I had to find the source of the wound, so it involved me having to go through the various orifices to find the damage. There might be a little bit of stretching.
It's a role-playing game. Everything is solved with punching.
Yes.
Roll for anal circumference.
The villagers build a litter quickly and carry Chokma into cover in one of their buildings. Surprisingly Spartan inside and weirdly clean despite being made out of junk.
This is where we find out from the villagers the real villains.
Is there anything worthwhile on these pigs?
Looting the pigs.
I am in fact curious about the techno hat, but I suspect it was borked.
It's damaged, but not completely balked.
Harry can fix it.
I could probably fix it. I could fix anything. Oh, Feg, here, by the way, let me tend to your wound real quick. So I roll the dice.
Okay.
Let me fix this Omega Tech device with punching.
I got a 30 because I rolled a natural 18. Holy, dead things are a lot easier to work on. They don't move around as much and bleed.
You just stitch me up a little bit and I'm fine.
Apparently
so. After a short rest and some medicine that the villagers bring out, everyone can have all their hit points back, apparently.
I just want to wash the gore off.
Okay. Oh,
sorry, I had
these bled a lot, but they're actually very minor.
A bit of a hiccup there. Did we find anything worthwhile on them?
I'm just looking. So there's the laser helmet. Going over the relatively intact bodies. There's a copy of the Linux book. One of them was wearing a unicorn onesie that is now drenched in blood.
Does it still look comfy?
Yes, to a demon, probably.
Awesome. I mean, the blood adds to the aesthetic. I'll take
that. A leather football, a catcher's mitt.
Wait a minute. The pigs were carrying a pigskin?
Yes. A clear plastic container of crinkly plastic, within which is a bright yellow tube seemingly filled with some sort of creamy substance.
Does it look like what comes out of Harry's hand?
There's a very faded and battered copy of Settlers of Catan in one of their backpacks.
Oh, wow, that's way good.
One of them was wearing a CRT monitor as a helmet. There's a stapler and no staples, a kaleidoscope, and an environmentally friendly LED bulb.
Oh my. I think I could try to repair the helmet laser if you give me a chance.
Make a science roll.
Oh, good. My best roll.
Botch.
Nope. 24. I know
okay,
science.
Yeah. You can patch it up. Are you taking the laser helmet?
No, I use my fist. Would anybody else like this wonderful tool of pre-science civilizations?
Can I
My
turn it into a
notion was to
bomb?
take the laser helmet, but if you think it will enhance someone else who's less good at shooting, you can use computer aid. Maybe they should grab it. So I'm open.
I
Well-
would like to take it.
Slap it on your head. There you go, Chakma.
I will immediately try to turn it into a bomb.
Make a science roll.
15.
Make another science roll.
Oh, God.
4.
Okay. It is now a bong, but it no longer operates as a laser.
Awesome.
Laser bong.
But it's a bong that sits on my head, which is an improvement from the gun bong that removed part of my head.
Now
I
the
spent all
happy
that time
helmet.
fixing it, and you did that to it.
I improved it.
Your
one of-
definition of improved does not fit mine.
One
It
of
was a
the
crap
villagers
bomb, and now it's a great
tentatively-
bomb.
One of the villagers tentatively approaches. My friends, glorious, powerful warriors. I'm afraid that's not all of them. They'll be back, and in greater numbers.
From Richmond, or is Richmond a person?
Richmond is their leader.
Hmm.
I've got a plan. We have a huge barbecue with all this pork, and we invite them for dinner.
There is, in fact, a very old saying from the first of days, stretching all the way back to the fatherland. Pork's back on the menu, boys.
People are strange, but I like that.
I'll go around freezing everything that's not going to get cooked. When I'm all done, I saved your bacon for you.
Yes.
The village is like, So you're going to cook sapient creatures. I suppose I shouldn't be too surprised after what you did to the hops.
Well, it's eat or be eaten out here. I don't know.
True.
Oh, and of
Difficult.
course, in
It's
order
diff-
to
Go on.
Okay. Of course, to increase our growing intimidation scale, Fard will be cutting off the heads of the pigs, so that when we do meet Richmond, he can see that his friends were well taken care of.
Well, we kind of need the barbecue to coincide with when their friends arrive so that we can offer them some.
Why don't we just paint the town red too? I think I saw that in a movie once. Harry will attempt to offer its services to any of the villagers who require it, while also unfortunately rubbing itself up against them in a suggestive manner.
They don't seem to respond too much. They all seem rather ascetic, these people.
Chogma is going to attempt to eat the peasant that questioned us eating sapient creatures.
No, we have
No,
bacon.
no.
You don't need to eat the peasants. We have bacon.
We don't eat
I
the
just want to
peasants.
take a bite out of him.
No,
No.
we have bacon.
Just a little bite. Just
No.
a tiny-
I would
Let
really
me take-
prefer that you didn't.
Haven't these people suffered enough? Look at them. They're so sad. And I'm sitting here rubbing up on one and patting it in the most uncomfortable manner possible.
I
Look
can't
at it.
really-
It's totally helpless. It can't do anything for itself. Don't hurt it.
I can't make out any emotions really. What's the deal with the? And I just gesture around to his face. The masks.
Oh, we honor the old ways.
And by
What
that you
old ways?
mean
I mean, the faces of the ancient gods who ruled the infosphere.
the one that Harry is rubbing up against is like looking at his friends, going, "Help me!"
It's so pathetic. I mean, look at it. I just want to take care of it and hug it and sorry. I didn't mean that program again.
Well, they will return. Do you need any help with preparations? That wall you put up didn't seem to do much good.
No, but how attached to this bus are you?
Well, here is the
Bard?
here's the next interesting question. Actually, did we just acquire about 9 motorcycles?
Oh,
About 5 motorcycles.
Oh, and there's about 5 of us. I think the subtle intimation is yes, if we have to strip the bus, we can. Because it is Fard's opinion that waiting for Richmond to come to us is going to be a bad idea for us and a bad idea for these nice people here, even if they are weird cultists. We should take the barbecue to him.
And
that seems
their
like
bikes will have left fresh tracks. So
that's a terrible idea because if we wait for them to come to us, then the villagers offer more targets for them to attack and therefore keep us safer.
Do I get a vote? Says the villager.
I'm gonna turn in unison when everyone else decides to say no.
I can just imagine every eye turns towards Hardlight Harry and is just staring like.
But if you attack them, you'll be protecting us more because the fight will be away from the village. Someone could have got hurt before, and this way you'll have the element of surprise.
Well, look at poor Chakma. He got hurt.
But we've paid you to protect us. You're supposed to get hurt instead of us.
I don't think Chakma's anal sphincter is going to be the same size ever again after that attack. Through no fault of my own whatsoever.
I have 5.
Fard will slap Chakma on the shoulder like he's a bro and then quietly rub his hand off on like his pant leg. And be like, I think there is nothing that our friend Chakma could not smoke.
So that sounds like a good idea. Take the motorcycles back, or not have Chakma smoke everything. But following the tracks, or alternatively, we could siphon the gas, put it in the bus, and maybe armor up that bus and ram it into the pig encampment.
Oh, I like ramming things into things.
Chokma, what if we get these peasants to tie the seeds of weed and you come and pick it up, or have someone come and pick it up, and then you'll have an endless supply of seeds and you don't have to do anything about it. Except wait.
From a purely tactical position, these people's disappearance will be noticed, which means Richmond is, let's assume, already on his way. If we fight them here, it will be a mess. If we fight them there, it will be a mess. Even if we decide we must make a simple scouting reconnaissance, which is good tactics to begin with, we're going to have to fight them somewhere. And if we decide to take our pay and go, as we have done the job we agreed to do, that does not mean that Richmond and his pals will not then be out for blood. I say it's better to just take care of the bounty now by removing the people who could place one and getting more bacon.
Are you suggesting we kill the peasants?
No.
That's what it sounded like.
A little bit. No, but they don't become bacon, so I follow you there.
I'm saying we go track down the rest of the I'm saying we track down the rest of the pigs, and we either kill them in open glorious battle, which I agree is probably a bad idea, or we murder them in quiet, stealthy succession until all we have is a pile of frozen bacon.
Indeed,
works.
let us go fist them. I mean,
We know what you meant, Harry.
Okay, so you're going to steal their bikes and try and track them back to where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So are you just going to roll up on them and hope for the best, or are you going to scout them out, or what?
As
us
stated,
use
actually-
tactics?
Yeah, it's actually Fard's assertion that we should sneak up on them, scout them, and then basically dishonored them, manhunt them until they're all dead, rather than just storm in and start blasting. So I started blasting.
If they're in a building, then we should set it on fire, and then we'll have cooked bacon.
I mean, yeah,
Well,
if
first-
they want to get into one place at one time, sure.
Let's
First,
say-
you got to find them, so which means you got to track the bikes back to where they came from. So, who's good at tracking? Who's got a high nature skill?
I do.
Yeah, my 3 is not going to cut it.
If
My
we're gonna
nature is a
ride the
+7.
bikes back there, can we wear the pigs' faces as masks, so that
Good
when they see
intimidation
us coming
element.
from a distance, they at least see their friends coming?
We
You-
can.
you-
We absolutely are not going to do that, though.
I absolutely am going to wear a pig's face because I think it would look good on
You-
me.
You do you, man. You do you. Harry
So
does not
Faye-
like prolonged contact with organics unless it's on her terms.
So, Feg's doing the tracking, yeah?
Considering that Fard was just cutting off heads and intending to mount them for intimidation, he's not going to question Chakma's Leatherface initiative.
So,
Leatherface initiative.
Nature roll, please, from Feg.
God damn it. I got a 9.
Okay, now make a perception check.
Okay. And that's an 8.
Okay, you completely failed to track them. However, since we're coming up on 3 hours and I want to move to the climax and get it over with, remarkably, one of the other rabbit feet that someone took disintegrates, and you can make both rolls again.
Okay. 15 plus 7 is what? 24?
22.
22. So 22 is first roll for nature. And then that is a 6 for perception.
Though you only really needed the perception if the track failed. Okay, so yeah, you follow the tracks with all of you rumbling along on the bikes fairly slow until Feg tells you to stop. And it's proper late now and dark. And you can make out a fire flickering in a copse of trees not too far away now. If you want to send someone forward to scout the situation, figure out your line of attack, now is the time to send a volunteer forward, preferably with a high stealth skill.
Fard, it's you, I think.
I am not, in fact, the stealthiest here.
I've got a 4. Anyone got higher?
No, I got
I
a
have a
3.
0.
Winston, I believe you need to keep it cool and sneak in
Yeah.
there.
All right. Gonna adjust my duster, and I am gonna creep my way around the encampment, just seeing what I can see. With
Okay.
Wait. I've got a teleport.
Yep.
Is there a vantage point where I could see them better?
Oh, not really. They're in the sort of lee of a hill in a small copse of trees.
Well, that's a good way to get out if I get caught. So I'll just I'll continue. Just trying to get close. Give me you want a stealth roll?
Yeah.
Fuck. 7.
Okay, hang on.
I was the stealthiest. I didn't say I was good at it.
You don't want the +2 stealth doing it.
Third best stealth guy.
Okay. Well, they still might roll badly to spot you. So, where's his perception?
Here, let me roll it.
Okay. Remarkably, you are not spotted.
All right.
Despite treading on an accordion. Yeah, you're not.
These guys must be high as shit.
Winston's form of stealth is to walk right in and say, "Hi, guys," and keep going.
This is where they got the seeds from.
Just stepping on. Okay.
You creep closer. They don't seem to be taking protection too seriously. There's only maybe 4 or 5 of the road hogs and 3 bikes left here, but there is a flatbed truck with a big tarp over the back of it. The door to that is open, and the stereo on the truck is playing some old ancient music from a bygone age. Sounds like Pigface.
All right. Can I take a peek under the tarp?
Make another stealth roll.
All right. Come on. Be good. 18.
Okay, so you creep up
19.
closer. 19. Okay, so you creep up closer, into the area where the firelight reaches, and lift up the tarp and peer under it. There's some kind of scrap-built robot or vehicle or something under there. Something big and nasty looking. If this was a different universe, it would remind you of an orc dreadnought.
All right. I have an 8 in mechanics. Can I turn that thing on? Or is it drivable, or is it like a...
It looks like you do climb into it. But as you examine it a bit more closely, you hear a twig crunch next to you and turn. And there's another big pig in a skin-tight jumpsuit, which is hideous to see. And he's just pointing at you with his trotter and going...
Gonna bamf out of there. You know what? No, I'm getting in the robot.
Okay, so you dive for the robot, and he tries to stop you. So roll d20, add your strength bonus.
No. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
I regret nothing for my terrible joke.
Strength bonus. That's a 2.
2.
Yep.
Okay. He doesn't botch. So you scramble under the top and try to get into the robot, and a big porky arm grabs you from behind and drags you out from under the top, throwing you free.
All right. I'm going to teleport, but I'm going to teleport him too, because it says I can do that with an overcharge. Everyone within 5 feet.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that just him?
Let me just be him. Let me check your sheet. So Chill Winston. Side plus. It's Banff, isn't it?
Yep.
Once per encounter, you can teleport 50 feet as a move action. Overcharge this power. Okay, roll a d20 and add 4.
All right, come on. 16.
Okay, yeah. Time and space fold in on each other. For a moment, you are caught between worlds, with the pig sort of tumbling through space. A a weird slug-looking guy with tiny hands sort of swims past you, says something about spice and disappears, and then you reappear about 50 feet clear of the cops with the pig as well, and you both land thump on the ground.
Oh,
The rest
sample.
of you see this.
Run forward and sample him.
Okay. Right.
So, are we all just going to give this pig a kicking?
Well,
Yeah,
yes.
I think
Did
you have very much have surprise on him.
Did my 15 hit?
You've got him banged to rights. He's fucked.
Okay.
Fart
literally.
Fart pulls out his studded club and he's like, "Stop resisting!"
Hold still. This will just take a moment. Squish, 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 squish.
You know the Office Space printer scene?
That's what I had in mind.
No.
Right. You completely slaughter Richmond.
That was Richmond?
That was
All right.
Richmond.
All
That was
right.
Richmond.
Dude, I have to ask,
We
I have to
killed
ask
the
a truly
boss.
I have to ask a stupid question. Is he like wearing a jumpsuit? Is his name Richmond on it or something?
Yes, it
Do we
is.
know? Okay. Then
Is his name actually spelled Ridgemond?
No, it's Richmond, like the sausages.
in that case, Fard's gonna decapitate him, and because we need proof that we got him, and then on his loudspeaker be like, "Attention, mutant criminals!
No.
Your leader is dead. We have executed him with extreme prejudice. Throw down your weapons, and you may be spared."
Okay, make an interaction roll with advantage.
Excellent.
You know, I don't know how I pictured this going down, but it was not this.
This isn't how I pictured this bit going down.
Holy shit! I will take that natural 26.
Jesus Christ.
I'm only good at 2 skills, and one of them is interaction.
They throw down their weapons and run squealing into the night. Clean, lemony, fresh victory is yours.
Ooh, giant mecha to play with.
Yes,
Oh, have at it. Yeah.
which never got into a fight, which is unfortunate because it was quite powerful, and that was my climax. But it's fine. This was more fun.
T-shirt. We can make that joke happen. Fascism Prime lives.
Fascism Prime online. Kill all communists. Oh wait. Let me do it proper. Hold on. Let's do it the right way.
Fascism Prime online. Kill all communists.
Oh god. I'm so sorry, Jim.
It's fine. This was fun. This was a lot of fun.
I've done awful things to your campaign.
It's a one shot. Things can go wrong. Fine.
Imagine if I'd have been able to make my own character.
And
Half the
And
fun
the-
is just seeing what crazy combination. Sorry.
Yep.
and the day was saved thanks to fascism.
And chill, Winston.
Yes. Yeah. I think every character is a reference to something. Okay, that was a lot of fun. Thanks for playing. You return to the village, and they're incredibly grateful.
And now I
And
have given the
then-
fascist a
and
giant
then-
mech to wander land with and kill people.
But now we know where the pigs got all the weed from.
Oh, I mean, it's worse than that because we have like heads mounted on motorcycles now.
Wait. Chakma, do you have any ideas of what you can do to that robot?
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Longbot 9000.
Tokebot.
Oh, well, I rolled a 2, so that mech no longer works.
Wait a minute. No, I've got it. We just convinced Chalkmunk. He doesn't need to make the bot into a bong. He needs to hotbox in the bot.
Okay.
Hotboximus Prime. It's got like the Matrix of something, I think.
Look, man. The way you pilot Hotboximus Prime is you know you're screwed up, so you just move your hands like you're not.
Hey man, we're just gonna take that there Matrix and leadership and turn that into a bomb.
Megatron's not here, man. Do you turn weed into leather, John?
Look, man.
All right.
We're all just
Well-
Transformers. We can just, like, change.
That's the game. Yeah, Gamma World 7th edition. You can find copies on eBay and so on. It was really popular with some people, but not that many people.
Someone actually made a supplement online on the forums for playing a 30 level campaign, like in
Jesus. I can't.
Someone should
imagine this.
I think this was the best implementation of the 4th edition rules, though, and someone should retroclone it.
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah, definitely.
It felt like a retro clone without the little.
It did.
If only we knew an RPG designer who could retro clone it.
Well, I remember looking into this back in the day. So it never had a proper SRD, which is a big part of the problem. So you'd have to retrofit a whole bunch of stuff from other iterations, and
I mean, you could always just take like the origin concept rolling 2d20s and then translate it into an OSR system.
I'm
Yeah.
too busy working on Machinations of the Space Princess right now. Maybe we can do it later.
Oh,
Yeah.
was that the? That was the thing that was not open yesterday.
What
Talking
thing?
about. You mentioned working on a system.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, yeah.
There's a
all
lot
right. Well, I need to close out.
Go ahead.
So goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Hope
for
you
watching.
enjoyed. What are we playing next time?
Darwin's World.
Well, yes,
Next week.
I mean, yeah, next week we're playing Darwin's World, but then the week after that, something I will have to check my shelf. Unfortunately, it's behind a secondary bookcase. So, all right, take care, everyone. Ta-ta.
I
That's all.
just
Later.
thought Grim floated